Yeah, now it's recording. So happy March. Today is the 1st. Yeah, we only have 9 more physical days, theoretical days, 9 more days. That's including weekends before the end of the semester. Like that's it. We're done in 9 days. That also means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Zoom classes, not 5, unless you don't count today. And
Oh yeah, 6.
so yeah, because we have 4 this week.
Mhm.
So today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and then we have 2 days next week. So that's 6. But the 2 days next week is your final. So that's this part right here. So let me grab my pointer. So I am sharing, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So what are we doing this week? Today we are working on an activity. I will work on the first 3 questions. I'm going to kind of set some of you guys up so that if you guys wanted to, and if you guys understand how to do this, you guys could actually leave Zoom once I give you guys, some of the answers, and you guys can work on it outside of Zoom. Or you guys can stay in Zoom. I'm going to work through the first 3 problems, and then you guys can work on it on your own. That's today. Tomorrow we have an activity where you guys are gonna kind of pick and choose, right? Like if you want to solve it through system or substitution, solve it through graphing and substitution, not system and substitution.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I can't talk anymore. I'm tired. I need a. Oh no, I finished my second cup of coffee. Apparently, Monday is a coffee day.
Coffee.
No, I don't want another. I mean, I want another, but I don't. Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
My husband was like, "You want another one?" I'm like, "No."
I do, but I don't.
Yeah, no. I'll just have a soda for lunch, and then that should tide me over.
Super caffeinated.
Super caffeinated. Like, yes. Enough, Yes, I'm having a case of the Mondays where I'm like, ugh. So, a couple of things. So tomorrow you guys will have that activity. Ms. Gomez is actually going to walk you guys through that one. Today it's me. And then, oh my God, thank you. See, my husband's so nice.
Ooh.
I get a soda already.
You know what kind of day it is?
Yes, it's I love my husband day versus don't get married day.
Yeah.
Let's go. Telling us to get married today.
Just when you guys are a lot older and done with college and in like your mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s. That's a good range to start getting married. When
they know how to make good coffee. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, you need to find yourself a partner that knows how to make good coffee. Once you find that partner, never leave them. My husband's laughing over there. All right, guys. So that's today and tomorrow. So 2 activities. Those are the last 2 activities. Then this Thursday and Friday, make sure to show up on time. I don't really have to tell. As I said that, I was about to say, I don't have to tell you guys to show up on time. Someone shows up late. This Thursday and Friday, we are going to be covering our final. So it'll be a review of everything that you guys will see on your final. The way it's going to look is, Ms. Gomez is going to cover half of it, and then you guys will do the second question. So it'll be a top and bottom type deal. Well, the top is your notes, the bottom is your question, and the bottom will be your homework. So as she's solving it, you guys will be seeing it popping up on your Google ClassKick screen, which is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. So that'll be this Thursday and Friday. So make sure you guys are here on time Thursday and Friday. I mean, you should always make sure you're here on time, but I digress. And then next Monday and Tuesday will be your final. It is a 2-day test. It is 18 questions. So it is pretty, it's not intense. We've done all the bell works. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then you guys will see the rest of the questions here in the next couple of days. So again, make sure you guys are here on time on Thursday and Friday. Also notice here, there is no tutoring today and tomorrow. Why? Because all the questions should be asked during class. So I am going to go very slow on substitution so that you guys can let me know, like, no, that's the part that I don't get. So I'm going to go step by step and I'm going to ask, are we good? You guys will give me a thumbs up. Yes, we are good. Or you guys will clap and say, that'll let me know, go back over that. Or put it in chat or voice it. Hey, I don't get this. And then I can go over it again. One last thing, guys, before we get started, is all missing assignments, all of them. That's from the very first day of the semester to today, to Friday's assignment, which Friday is just, you guys doing your half and you guys will have it. You guys should have it by tomorrow or by later today. Is due by Monday at 4 p.m. All right. So when when assignments are normally due, by Monday, after Monday, I will not accept any assignments. All right. Why? Because as soon as I'm done with your final on Tuesday, I want to submit that. I don't want to have to cover it again. I want your grade done. Okay. So make sure that you guys it's done. It's all set and good. All right. So all assignments are due by Monday. No excuses. No, oh my God, my internet I don't care what excuse you guys have. I will not accept it after Monday. So please, please, please make sure that your assignments are turned in to me by Monday. All right. No excuses. All right. Bless you. Bless you. So what we are going to do today, we're going to go over to classwork. So Google Classroom, go to classwork. Under week 9, you guys are going to go here where it says must attach work, because I need to see your guys' work. You're going to go to pixel art, solving systems by substitution. You will see that you have 2 documents. One is a PDF, and then the other one is a Google Sheets. The reason why you have 2 is some of you guys, I remember the first semester, you guys were trying to open this up in Google Sheets, but you weren't able to see the equations. If that's the case, I gave you guys a PDF version so that you guys can see that and see all the equations. If that's too blurry, hey, look, you guys see it perfectly on my screen. Take a screenshot right now. And you guys can see it absolutely perfect. It's going to be bigger. Granted, my face will be on it, but whatever. I hope I don't break your screen from the ugliness that is my face.
Oh.
So, now, I am going to give a couple of answers. So if you guys know how to do this, by all means, you guys can get started. But I don't want you guys to do all 15. So I'm going to be super nice. I'm going to give you guys some of the answers. So remember, if you guys put in the wrong answers like this and you click out of it, it's going to stay red. That lets you guys know, oh, something was wrong. So I'm going to come back here. You're going to put open parentheses, -7, 9, close parentheses, hit enter, and you guys start seeing the picture show up. So I'm going to give you guys a few answers. So I gave you number 7. Let me give you 11. 11 will be 4, -6, parentheses. Yes. 4, 10. -5, -4. I mean, you guys can already tell who this is. Some of you guys, someone already put in,
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, it's Baby Yoda. Or, Grogu, if you guys have seen actual Mandalorians.
Yeah.
I think that was honestly a bad move.
I
Or
know.
for like Disney to have given him a name.
Yeah.
Like they should have just let him, continue to be. I mean, I'm never gonna stop calling him Baby Yoda. I'm not gonna call him Grogu.
Yeah.
What was 7?
7 was -7, 9. So all of the answers are right there now, guys, or at least the answers I'm gonna give you guys. Notice here, you're gonna have two two questions that is either going to be no solution or infinitely many. So one infinitely many, one no solution, and I'm going to tell you guys it's going to be one of these guys. So one of these guys is going to be no solution, and one of these guys is going to be infinitely many. All right. So one of these 4 is no solution, and one of these 4 is infinitely many. Like I said, I'm going to do the first 3 questions with you guys. But if you already know how to do this and you're like, dude, I got this. This is super easy. You guys can continue to work on this, and you guys can do this outside of Zoom. Here's the deal, guys. I need to see your work, all of your work, not just like the substitution in it. I need to see step by step by step, absolutely everything. So either you guys can do it on paper, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into ClassKick. So, it's going to keep me there. So I'm going to log out. So if I just log in using this website, so let me throw this in there. No, not for the ones that I've done. So the ones that I've done and the answers that I'm giving you guys, you don't have to do those questions. Obviously, if you don't stay here and you don't do, you don't see my answers for 1, 2, and 3, then yes, you do need to do those. But all the other ones, you guys are free to, you guys don't have to do. So the ones that I've given you guys, 7, 11, 13, 14, and 15, those you don't need to show me work. But if you click on that link that I gave you guys, and hit enter, you guys can log in using Google. And you guys should be able to see a list of assignments that you guys, have been assigned by me or by another teacher if they happen to have ClassKick. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a blank screen, and everything, what did I name this? Yes. Work. There we go. Period 3. So what I'm going to do, everything that I'm about to do in ClassKick, you guys will do on paper. However, if you would like to do this on ClassKick, you guys can follow along with me on this worksheet. So everything I'm about to do, you guys should do on paper. If you want to do it digitally and do the work there, then you guys can do it here. But I need to either be told, this is ClassKick, and this, here's all my work from ClassKick, or upload a picture of all of your work on paper. Does everyone understand how I want to see your guys' work? 15 was 11 and -2. All right. So again, everything I'm about to do on ClassKick, you guys should do on paper. If you guys want to see what I'm doing and just continue working on these, then you can use that second link that I put up, and you guys can do it there. And I will be able to view your work if you guys decide to do it that way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up question 1, and I'm going to put question 1 right there. So I'm going to take a screenshot of just question 1 so that you guys can see that. And then question 2, do you have to do it like this? No, you don't. But I just don't want to have to go back and forth to see the questions. And question 3. All right. Give me a thumbs up. We are ready to go and start working on these. Give me a clap if you guys need a little bit more time to find a pencil or paper or whatever.
I need to find paper and pencil.
All right. I see claps, so I'm going to wait. So as we're waiting, guys, again, if you guys know how to do these, by all means, you guys can continue working on them. You guys can either stay here in Zoom, or you guys can go, or you guys can stay and then just check, like, hey, is this question 1 or is this question 5? Remember, if it turns red like this, then obviously, and nothing changed, then obviously this is wrong. Also, if you put it with a space and then the numbers, that'll also mark it wrong. So make sure there's no spaces when you're typing in your answers. And again, if you don't want to have to deal with the Google Sheets, by all means, you guys can always send me, do this all on paper. But I would still want all the answers here so that you guys can see that you guys got the right answers, because you guys should all be able to still do that. All right. So give me a thumbs up. Are we all ready? Are you guys still grabbing those pencils? Or at the very least, I'm going to get started. For those of you guys who are still finding your material, that's fine. You guys will be able to, write everything out in a little bit. But I'll go slow. And I'm planning on going slow for this first question. All right. So if you guys weren't here on Friday, which there's a couple of you guys who weren't here on Friday, but we are given 2 equations. Normally what we've been doing is we've been graphing these equations. But this time we're not graphing, we're going to be substituting. What does that mean? It means in these 2 equations, one of the equations is already solved for us. It's either going to say y equals like this one does, or x equals. And then we're going to plug in one equation inside the other equation. Why are we doing that? Because we want to find when they're both equal to each other. So putting one inside the other will tell us when they're both equal to each other. Remember, a graph should always look like an X of some sort, maybe like a wonky X, but we're trying to find where they both cross each other. So looking at these 2 equations, I have equation 1 and I have equation 2. Which one is already solved for us? Meaning it's already in y equals or x equals. Is it 1 or is it 2?
2.
2. So I'm going to box this guy. And I'm going to plug this guy into the y in our first equation. Okay. So I'm going to type this out just because I want it to look nice. 9x, nothing happened to that, plus 2. But instead of typing in a y, I'm going to type in this whole equation right there. So I'm going to do that in a different color so that you guys can see that. And I'm going to put that in parentheses. So negative 8x plus 31. So that is our second equation being put into our first equation. And then I'm going to finish it off with, equals 27, which is the end part of this equation. All right, so thumbs up if we understand that first step. Clap if we do not understand that first step, because this is the first thing that we need to do. So thumbs up if we're good, clap if you guys are not good. So from moving forward, I'm always going to say thumbs up if we're good. But if you need to clap because you're still confused, that's totally fine. Do that. All right. So I have someone that doesn't understand. So we're going, like, we look at these two equations to see which one says y equals or which one says x equals. This one says y equals. So everything after that equal sign that I have boxed in is going to go into this y right here so that we can find where they both cross each other, where they both meet. So nothing happened to my 2x, so my 2x comes down. Or I mean 9x. Nothing happened to 9x, so my 9x is going to go down. The plus 2 is also going to come down because nothing's happening to that. But instead of this y right here, we're going to pretend that this y doesn't exist, and we're going to plug in this in for y. So this whole equation is going to go into that. And then again, equals 27, so 8 equals 27. Awesome. So far, yes, all of us are good. I see everyone is fine now. So, and that's pretty much how we're going to follow along, going all the way down, is what is being touched and what is being manipulated. So right here for part 1, we need to distribute because PEMDA says to just, get rid of our parentheses. So nothing happens to my 9x. So I'm going to bring that down. So 9x comes down. I have a positive 2, and we're going to distribute. What does distributing mean? It means that we're going to multiply. And again, guys, make sure that you're using your calculators as you guys are going through this, because it'll make your life easy. The biggest mistakes that I see is from basic calculations, and especially with the fact that you guys can use a calculator, there is zero reason to miss out on calculations. Trust me, I messed up on the second question, and that's because I was trying to do it in my head, and even I make mistakes. Ms. Gomez makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, all right? So use a calculator. Even if it's something simple, use a calculator. Also, I'm going to do things in a certain order. The reason why I'm doing things in this order is to make sure 100% of the time I do not forget anything. So look at this plus sign and look at this minus sign. We are multiplying. Do the sign first. Do not worry about the numbers or anything like that. Sign always is first. Positive times a negative. Positive times a negative gives me a negative. Then do 2 times 8. 2 times 8, 16. Then put that x. So sign, multiply, or add, whatever it is, and then the variable. Okay? So far, thumbs up. Yes, we're good. Just with the order. We're not done yet, obviously. Then we're going to distribute again. 2 times 31. Positive times a positive gives me a positive. 2 times 31. So I can do 31.
2.
If you guys can do my calculations for me, I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, 42. No, 62, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Equals 27. All right. So far, thumbs up. We understand 9x. 2 times a negative 8 gives me a negative 16x. 2 times 31, 62, 27. No one's confused. Awesome. Okay. The step after that, we need to see if we have either, we have to find our like terms. What is a like term? It either is something that has an x, both of them have an x, or both of them do not have an x. All right, they can be more than 2, but for right now in this level, we're only dealing with 2. So I see I have a 9x and a negative 16x. So I owe you $9. Oh, sorry, I have $9 and I owe you guys 16. So I have 9. I owe you 16. So I still owe you because 16 is bigger. And I can do 16 minus 9. What's 16 minus 9?
Negative 7x.
Yes. So negative 7. and then bring down that X. And then everything else, I didn't touch it, so that comes down. So thumbs up, we're good. Clap, I lost you guys. So thumbs up, we're good. Clap if I lost you. All right, so far we're still good. All right, I'm gonna start switching colors. So I need to get this X all by itself. So I need to get rid of this 62. So I see a positive 62. So I'm gonna subtract 62 from both sides. Why am I subtracting? Because that's the opposite of addition. So subtracting 62 from both sides. I get a negative 7x because I didn't touch it. 62's go away, equals a positive, subtract the negative. I have $27. I owe you 62. So I still owe you because 62 is bigger. And then I can do 62 minus 27. Can anyone tell me what that is?
35.
45? No,
35.
35. 35. Thank you. So far, are we good? Clap if, thumbs up if you're good. Clap if you are not good. And I lost you. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Again, what am I trying to do? Get the X by itself. So I'm going to divide everything by this negative 7. All right, dividing by this negative 7. So this 7's go away. The negative 7's go away. And I'm left with X equals
Negative 5.
What?
Negative 5.
Not a negative, positive. Yeah, because a negative and a negative give me a positive. So this would be a positive 5. Now, when we're doing our solution, we need to be very careful because our solution is as a point. So we have an X and a Y. The X is always first and then the Y is after. We don't always solve for X first. Sometimes, like in our second question, we'll solve for Y first. And that's a big problem for a lot of students because they always want to put the first number they solve at the first spot. Mm-hmm. And it's not always the case. So in this case, yes, 5 goes in under the X, so it's the first number right here. But that's, again, not always the case. So always make sure that you guys are following along with the right variable. Because I've seen plenty of kids go, oh, this is Y, this is Y, this is Y, and at the very bottom, they change it to an X. Easy, slow down, take everything step by step, and make sure that you guys put it in the right spot. All right, so far, I haven't lost any of you guys. Thumbs up if yes, clap if no. Or thumbs up if yes, you're good. Clap if I was like, wait a second. I just told them, yeah. So, all right, awesome. So now what we're gonna do is we now know that X is 5. So what we can do is we can plug the 5 into either the top or the bottom to find out what Y is. Well, in this case, both of them are already this one's already solved for Y. So I should just plug it into this. So I'm going to take this 5 and I'm going to go wee. And I'm going to plug it into this X. Why this one and not that one? I mean, you can, but these are bigger numbers. This one's already says Y equals, so this is easier. So always pick the easiest one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Y equals -8. And like before, instead of an X, I'm going to plug in this 5 because we found out that X equals 5. Plus 31. All right, thumbs up if we understand that. Clap if I lost you guys at that point. feel like I lost you because I only got one thumbs up.
Here they go.
No? Okay. All right. So again, we got 5. We're plugging it into this equation. So the y equals doesn't change. The -8 doesn't change. But instead of an x, we're going to put in a 5 plus 31. All right. Now let's solve this. So y equals a -8 times a negative times a positive gives me a negative. Negative and positive, negative. 8 times 5, that's 40. Plus 31. So then y equals, I owe you 40. I give you 31. But 40 is bigger, so I still owe you. How much do I owe you?
9.
Yes, I owe you guys $9. So there goes my solution right there. So I would come here and I would type in parentheses 5 comma -9 close parentheses, and more of Baby Yoda pops up. So if you want, you guys can take a screenshot, but the last link that I put in should already have this link on there. So you guys can see it there. Or again, take a screenshot. Give me a thumbs up once you guys are ready to move on to the second question. Clap if you guys need more time. Okay. So moving on to the second question. Oh, no, just kidding. Awesome. Okay. So moving on to the second question. Like I gave you guys a heads up, this time around, we have x equals. So it's going to look a tiny bit different. Like the steps are still the same. But whenever we find our solution, the first number we're going to find is that second number that we need. So remember, this is x and this is y. So whatever number or letter we see here, so the variable x equals, this says x equals y minus 8. So that means when we plug it in, all of our equation is going to have a y instead of an x. So double check, make sure which one of these two is already solved. I kind of already gave you guys the answer. Which one is already solved for you guys? Is it 1 or 2? 1. So I'm going to take this y minus 8. And I'm going to go, wee, and I'm going to plug it into this x. All right. So again, because it's longer, I want to type it out. Do you have to type it out? No, you don't. But I'm lazy. So -9, the part that's going to change is this x. What is it going to change into? Y minus 8. So instead of an x, we're going to plug in a y minus 8. And then put 5y equals 30. So give me a thumbs up. We all understand that step. We're all good. Clap if you guys don't understand. All right, awesome. So again, like before, we're going to distribute. What does distribute mean? It means to multiply. So -9 times y is a -9y. A negative times a negative gives me a positive. 9 times 8?
72.
72. Thank you. And then nothing else happened to the backside. So all of that just comes down. So 5y equals, and then 30. So give me a thumbs up. We're all good with this step. Everyone understands where all these numbers came from. Clap if you don't. Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the variables that have a y. So this has a y, and this has a y. Or you could have done the, like, if we had two that don't have y's, then you guys would have picked that. But we have these two that have a y. I owe you $9. I owe you $5. So I still owe you because I owe you a lot of money. But I'm going to add these. 9 plus 5. 9 plus 5 gives me what, guys?
14.
14. Again, why are we adding them? Because I owe you this. I owe you 9, and then I borrow another 5. So I still owe you. How much do I owe you? I owe you 14. So that's the reason why we're adding. And then everything else comes down. Give me a thumbs up if we understand this step, or clap if we don't. Ooh, okay. So in this step right here, we see that we have a y right here, and we have a y right here. We can add these two or combine. This is called combine like terms. What does combine like terms mean? Is that we're either looking for two numbers that have the same variable or two numbers that don't have a variable. Both of these have a variable, so then we can combine them. So that means we can either add them both up or subtract them. Since both of these signs are the same, we're going to add them. Same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. I owe you $9. I owe you $5. So how much do I owe you all together? I owe you 14. So I'm going to subtract 14y. So that's going to be a negative 14y. And then everything else comes down. So does that sound a little bit better? Does that make more sense? Again, this is just, and then if you guys are still having issues, you guys can always grab your calculator and just do 9 with the little sign minus 5, and then hit equals, and then it gives you the negative 14. I know that's backwards, but you know, do that and it'll give you guys all the answers that you guys need. All right. Our final step that we need to do is figure out what our y is. So we want to get our y all by itself, which means we need to get rid of all of these numbers. So what we're going to do first is get rid of this positive 72. How do we get rid of it? By doing the opposite, which is to subtract 72 from both sides. So we're going to subtract 72. That means the negative 14 comes down because nothing happened to that. I'm not touching it yet. I hate how that looks. There we go. The 72s go away. Equals, I have 30. I want to spend 72. So 72 is bigger, so it's going to be negative. And then we can subtract 72 minus 30.
42.
42. So why are we subtracting? Because I have this much money, but I want to spend this much. And then this is going to tell me how much more I need. So how much more do I need? I need $42 more. So if you guys could let me borrow another $42, I'd greatly appreciate that. Final step is to divide both sides by negative 14. Do not forget that negative. A lot of you guys do. The negative 14s go away. I'm left with y equals a negative divided by a negative gives me a positive. And 14 goes into 42 how many times?
3.
3. This is actually the part that I messed up on. I accidentally thought that this was 2. I don't know why, but I did. So I was like, oh yeah, it's 2, until like someone was like, no, it's not, it's 3. I'm like, see, I make mistakes too. Now, be careful. This says y equals 3. Y is not my first number though. It's my second. So this actually goes in the back. So be careful. This is what I was saying, that a lot of you guys will want to put this in the front and you can't. This is a Y, so it goes to the back. Thumbs up if we understand that. Clap if you don't. Or hearts, anything like that. Anything positive, put it up there. Give me the, oh my God, if you don't understand that. Not everyone's going to do that just so that they can do that. Mostly Hiren's going to do that because she always messes with me. All right. So we are done with Y. Last step. So again, this is step 1. Do you guys see why I gave you guys so many answers? Because I was like, okay, I don't want to be mean and have them do like all of these questions. So the last step is to take this 3 and plug it into either one of these 2 equations. But this one's already solved. So I would just pick number 1, the same one that we picked before. So I'm going to click on here and go, wee. And then put it into this Y. So I should get X equals, instead of a Y, I'm going to put in a 3 and then minus 8. So give me a thumbs up if we understand that. Clap if we don't. Awesome, awesome. All right. So X equals 3 minus 8, a positive and a negative. It's going to be, I have $3. I want to spend 8. So I'm in the hole for how much? I'm in the hole for 5. So I have $3. I owe you 8. So once I give you guys that money, I still owe you guys $5. So this should be a negative 5. So then you would go back to this equation, come here and type in negative 5 comma 3. Was that 3? Yay.
Yes.
Thank you. So come back here. Oh, look, it kind of looks like a heart. Awesome, awesome, guys. Give me a thumbs up once you guys are ready to move on to 3. I see a clap already. For those of you guys clapping, please let me know once you guys are ready. And then we're going to do one more, guys. We're going to do question 3. Again, look at question 1 and equation 1 and equation 2. Which one of those is already solved for us?
Equation 1.
It's equation 1. So we're going to take this 3x plus 5. And we're going to go, wee, and we're going to plug it into this y right here. So again, like before, I'm going to type this up just to make it look pretty. So for x minus 3, and then this part is going to be in purple because I'm adding this part or substituting it in. So 3x plus 5. And then I go back to that and I put y equals negative 5. Y equals, yeah. So thumbs up, we all understand exactly how I got all of that. Clap if you do not. Okay. Some of you guys are probably already solving it for yourselves. All right. Nothing happened to this 4x. So I'm going to bring this down. A negative times a positive. A negative times a positive gives me a negative. 3 times 3 gives me a 9. And then I'm going to put that x. Then I'm going to distribute again. Remember, you should have 2 arrows coming out of that negative 3, not just 1. A negative times a positive is a negative. 3 times 5.
Oh, wait. 12.
15.
15, yeah.
Wait, what?
3 times 5. You were thinking 3 times 4.
Oh, yeah.
Equals negative 5. So this is a part that some of you guys got confused last time. I see these 2 x's, so I'm going to combine these 2. So that means either adding or subtracting based off the signs. I have $4. I'm spending 9. So I owe somebody. Owe somebody how much? Owe them 5. Because 4 plus 5 gives me 9. Give me a thumbs up if we are still good. Clap if I lost you.
And now we add 5 to.
No, not add 5.
Add 15.
Add 15. Yeah. So I'm going to switch colors. Let's go back to purple. Again, I want to have this x all by itself. So I need to get rid of that 15 first before the 5. This is a negative 15. So I'm going to add 15 to both sides. And look at that. I finally get a positive answer. So I owe you guys $5. I make $15 and I pay you guys back. I finally have my own money now. How much money do I finally have in my pockets?
$10.
$10.
10. I am like super rich, guys. I have 10 bucks in my pocket. I don't owe you guys anything.
And then it goes into 5 2 times.
Yes. We divide both of these by a negative 5. So don't forget that negative. And x equals?
-2.
Negative 2. So again, our solution will have 2 numbers. This is an x, then it's the y. We solved for x, so that's going to be that first number right there. So thumbs up so far, you're still with me. Clap if I lost you. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to take this negative 2. And I'm going to plug it into that original question. So I'm going to click on here and then go, wee. I'm going to plug it into this x right here. So I figured out, Ms. Gomez, how to make my lines like straighter.
Mm-hmm.
I click with one finger and then I drag it with the other finger. No, I have to use 2 hands.
2 hands.
Yeah, 2 hands.
Oh.
I don't use a mouse, guys. Ms. Gomez uses a mouse.
Yeah.
I don't use a mouse. I use my touchpad. So that's why my lines look so horrible compared to hers. But I finally figured it out. I just don't like mouse. Like
That is
using
probably better than even the mouse, because that just means I have
yeah,
more
because I don't have to drag it a whole bunch of.
Yeah.
Teacher successes, guys. Sorry. So y equals 3. Instead of this x, I'm going to put parentheses and I'm going to plug in this negative 2. And then finish it off with that plus 5. So thumbs up. Are we still good? Or did I lose you with all the teacher, like talk? Okay. So far, good. All right. Multiply this out. You guys know how to do this. 3 times a -2, a positive and a negative, give me a negative. 3 times 2 gives me 6. Oh, well, I did, have money. Now it all goes away because I owe you. I want to spend $6, but I only have 5. What does that mean? I need money again. How much money do I need?
You need $1 more.
I need $1 more. I was so close to being debt free. Story of adult life. So then my answer would be -2 and a -1. So I go to 3, open parentheses, -2, comma, -1. And boom. Baby Yoda is almost complete. Not for me. All right, guys. So you guys still have time. What we are going to do is I'm going to stop the video, but you have 2 options. One, you can stay here in Zoom while you guys are working on this. And if you guys have any questions or if you guys get lost at a certain point, you guys can ask us anything. So basically the end of this class is a tutoring session. Or you guys can leave Zoom and work on this on your own. Those are your only 2 options, but it's going to be on you guys. Again, one of these questions on the side is going to be either no solution or infinitely many. And what I would probably suggest is just, like write it out the same way like this with the same capitals, because I don't know if it'll mark it as wrong if you don't do that. But other than that, that's it for class. If you guys want to stay, again, you guys can, huh?
You can stay in case we need help with anything.
Yeah, you guys can stay if you guys, still need help. So that's perfectly fine. For those of you guys who are going to leave, have a very good day, and then we will see you guys tomorrow. There is no exit ticket today. Honestly, because I forgot, and it wasn't until half of my kids were gone from first period that I was like, oh, I guess there's no exit ticket. So no exit ticket, but I'm going to stop sharing. I'm also going to stop recording.